Dear friends, there was once a marathon runner who, after his retirement, was teaching and training young boys. So one day, after almost 2 months of training, he told the boys to go on a run through the mountains, and it was quite a distance. As they were all going, the boy who was running in front, who was leading, at the halfway point, suddenly he began to slow down. And then he stopped running and he started walking. Now this coach went after him and asked him, "Why did you stop running?" And this boy said, "Well, the others are way behind and I'm almost winning. So why should I run? Let me just walk and complete the other part." My dear friends, the coach told him, victory is not won in the middle. It's not at the halfway point, but it is at the end. And my dear friends, that is exactly what today's readings are telling us about. To give our full, to give our best, and not to rest, even though everything is going according to plan. In today's first reading, we see Paul is speaking to the elders at Ephesus. Now, when Paul is talking, it's not like a man who is confused who is talking to people. But here is a man who is fully aware, who is fully committed to his mission. And my dear friends, Paul is not judging the work that he has done by comfort or by fame or by the glory that he has achieved. But his work is being judged by the faithfulness that he has to his mission. And my dear friends, we see it was the freedom that Paul had which gave him the grace to accomplish what he did. He was free from fear. He was free from the fear of suffering. And therefore he did not bother what others said, because he exactly knew what he was meant to do and he was able to achieve it. In other words, he had the clarity of his mission. When we look at the life of Jesus, Jesus also had clarity. If Jesus did not know what he was doing or why he was doing it, he would have stopped when the scribes and the Pharisees challenged him, or when others said that he is mad. He would have stopped at that moment. But he continues because he has clarity of purpose. And that's, my dear friends, is the grace that we need to pray for today. Clarity of purpose and direction in our lives. In the gospel passage, we see that Jesus is praying to the Father. And here we see that this prayer is not a public prayer. It's not a preaching, but it is a kind of a conversation that he has with the Father. And therefore, my dear friends, this speaks of the relationship that Jesus enjoyed with the Father. And the same relationship he wants us to have with him. Because only when we have a relationship, then it truly becomes meaningful. Therefore, my dear friends, Jesus today speaks about fulfilling the mission. Not just beginning, but fulfilling. There was once a sculptor who said, the greatest joy and satisfaction is not at the beginning, but it is after the completion of the work. My dear friends, in our own lives, we also may have had the similar sentiments of satisfaction and joy when we have achieved something or completed something. Today, Jesus invites us to focus on that, to focus on the joy of fulfilling and completing what we have started. There were once two candles that were placed side by side each other. And one candle said to the other, "You are burning too fast." And the candle said, "It is better to burn and give light rather than to burn slowly and just keep it for ourselves." My dear friends, today let us be like the candle that burns fully. Let us give our whole self to the mission so that the light of Christ may radiate and shine through us. Amen.